friends! Thanks for joining me today for Junk Journal July, day 28, which is buttons. So I thought what I would do, you can see I'm working in my art journal, and I thought what I would do is start with covering this paper with some sewing pattern paper. And not worried about getting this down perfect, just wanting to get it down. Don't care if there's wrinkles, just sort of in the mood today to just be really free about it, not worrying, just sort of accepting it for the way it is. No stress, no pressure. Don't care if there's wrinkles. As a matter of fact, my mood today kind of wants some wrinkles. Sorry about the birds. They're competing with me per usual. I got them a new house with wheels, and I could roll them out of the room. And if they're too loud, I will, but I'm going to give them a chance to settle down. I'm going to put my top on my glue bottle here just so it doesn't dry out. I usually wait till this dries to tear it off of the paper or the page that I'm putting it down on, but I just didn't feel like waiting today. I'm sort of in just one of those whatever moods. So there we go. Don't really have a plan. I just knew when I saw buttons, I felt like a sewing theme was coming on, and I figured I'd go ahead and start with that. I happen to have some scraps on my desk, so let's go ahead and just get these down on the page. They may end up getting covered. It doesn't really matter. It's just fun to use up our scraps. So we're almost to the end of Junk Journal July, and I really want to keep everything in this one. So this is 28, this will be 29, this will be 30, and then I think I'll do this for 31. Perfect. I went through more scraps and I found these pages that I had taken out of a sewing book that I had. I love that they're pink and purple, and I see some hand stitching going on. I don't see buttons, but that's okay. The theme is here, so I like that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put some of these down on the page. I could do them in a strip like this. Actually, two of these fit really nicely, so I'll just cut this one off, and that's where we're going next. Okay, friends, so what I decided to do was cut these into smaller pieces and then put them on here like this. That way we can still see the paper coming through. Don't know where else I'm going with it, but this is our start. I'm gonna look through this vintage magazine real quick and see if I can find anything with buttons on it. This image right here is a sleeve with buttons, so let's go ahead and take that out. Look at these over here. These are considered to be buttons, I guess, and then this is a nice big button. So, ooh, that's so cute. I almost don't want to take these out because it'll ruin this page. I'll keep looking. I think this is a cute image with the big buttons on the pockets. All right, now we're going to add these that I had cut out of the pages that I showed you. So we're going to pop this one right here. And we have our sleeve, which I love that it's green. We could do it here. We could do it over here. I feel like I'm kind of liking, ooh, we could have the sleeve reaching onto the page like that. Yeah, let's have a little bit of fun with it and do that. Friends, since buttons are the theme or the prompt for this page, I need to go ahead and choose some to attach to the page. I've decided I'm going to use one of these vintage button holder cards. I have chosen green, pink, and blue. And real quick, I'm going to sand the back of the buttons so that the glue that I use will adhere nicely to the card and the button. I'm going to use some hot glue to attach the card to the page. Now I'm going to use some gem tack to adhere the buttons to the card. This page is almost complete. I'm going to go ahead and grab a piece of fabric. Since we have a sewing theme going on here, I'm going to grab a piece of fabric and attach that to the bottom of the page. And then I'm going to add today's date and the prompt. I want to show this to you up close, and then we are going to begin on day 29, and the prompt for 29 is contrast. We know that almost nothing contrasts better than black and white, but I feel like last year I might have done black and white, although I can't quite remember. So this year I didn't want to do the same thing as I did last year, but I definitely wanted to start with black. I don't use a lot of black in my crafting unless it's around Halloween time. So for me, this is a little bit different to use this, but I do think it creates a great background for contrast. Friends, I have some old calendars with these pretty bird images, and I thought it would be pretty cool to have the contrast of course, the black and the white, but then take these colorful images, as you can see that I cut out, and put them on here. I think I'll put this one in the bottom, and maybe do something like this. Yeah, maybe I'll move this over here and put this like this. What do we think? I like that. We're going to go ahead and glue that down. Hope I can position these properly. We're going to find out because I want these to go down first. You know what? That's what I'll do is I won't press it down. I'll just sort of tack it down so that I can still move it. So we'll just do a little bit, and then we'll get, this is the one that needs to go down first, really. Okay, and then, oops, let me scooch this over. There we go. Yep, so I'm going to have to keep this lifted up, and I'm going to have to move this over a little bit. Okay, and then I want to go ahead and move this a little bit, I think. Like that, maybe. Now I can push everything down. Right up here in the white space, I'm going to write Junk Journal July. This was day 29, and the prompt was contrast. Now I'm going to give you a close-up of it. I love the way this turned out, and I do feel like there's a lot of contrast. So I hope you enjoyed that, my friends. Let's move on to day 30. All right, my friends, day 30, the prompt is shine. As luck would have it, I believe at Michael's a few weeks ago, they had this pink shiny paper on clearance for like $4 for a whole pack. So I went ahead and I bought some, and look how it turned out. I get to use a sheet of it today. So here we go. I'm gluing that down. I had some more of the calendar pieces with the bird images, and I went ahead and fussy cut them out. These are pink flowers. This one has a butterfly on top, but the other ones do have birds. And I thought instead of keeping the green stems of the flowers, I'm going to go ahead and hot glue these pink, shiny, very shiny, glittery pieces of trim. And we're going to use those as the stems. It was a little bit awkward because I had to put the paper, the images down first, and then hot glue the pink trim, but tuck it under the flower. So it was a little bit awkward, but I got it done. The reason I didn't want to put the pink stems down first is because I wasn't sure exactly where they should go. So I figured it was probably better to put the images down first and then deal with the consequences of that. As I was looking at the page, I was thinking to myself, something's missing. So like leaves on the stems are what's missing. So I'm going to take more of the glittery pink trim, and I'm going to cut some smaller pieces, and I'm going to create leaves. These are not going to be complicated, fancy leaves. They're going to be very simple leaves. I love how shiny and glittery this turned out. And hang out with me. We're going to do the very last page of Junk Journal July, which is day 31, and the prompt is celebrate. Well, friends, I had to think about this a little bit because there's a lot of things that we can all celebrate. But a few days from now is my daughter's birthday. So it made me sort of want to lean into a birthday theme for celebrate. And I have this really cool book with these really cool images, and I've snagged a page out of that book, and it's right here. You can see it. There's an elephant in the kitchen, and he is making a cake, and I thought that would be perfect and whimsical. So I'm going to tear this to size, and I'm going to go ahead and mat that on the back of this art journal. Friends, I got this little invitation out of the same book that I got the image out of. I wanted to add a little splash of color to it, so I inked around the edges. Now, I've got these stickers, and you can see some of them are up on like the pop dots, so they're 3D or 2D or whatever they are. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and use some of those and put those on the page. I put a hat on the elephant, a camera up in the upper right. Some candles are in the whipped cream with the strawberries, and some presents are on the lower right-hand side. Then there's these miniature stars. I went ahead and put some of those on there. On the invitation, I'm writing that it's Junk Journal July, day 31. And, well, it should be 31. It says 30, but I think I end up correcting that at some point. And the prompt is celebrate. So that is our last day. I really appreciate you coming along this collaboration with me that was hosted by Meg Journals and co-hosted by Get Messy Art. Thanks for watching. See you soon.